I mean, just a fun match, and this is what's fun about postseason play, and for us to get our first postseason victory ever in program history, I think is huge. And we talked about this, I've talked about it, that how important it is to just continue to have that opportunity to play in postseason and to have people grow. And the more comfortable they get in these situations, the better it is for us. We talked about leaving early in the WAC tournament last year and then making it a little bit farther this year. And then that was really our goal for the NIVC. We felt like we made it last year and we were like, oh, we made it, good enough. And we want to get away from just making postseason being good enough, like to where we make a run and ultimately want to win games in the NIVC or win games in the NCAA tournament. So I think it was huge just for us to get another month of practice over some teams and another 3 or 4 matches, and who knows, we'll keep rolling here.
Started off, didn't feel like there was a whole lot of energy. It was kind of sluggish like me, but then things picked up. What changed? What happened? Was it a change in the defense and the offense, or just the girls just picked it up?
I think we started helping block the middles.
Yes.
Like the game plan said. But no, I thought Sarah and Lupe both started helping out a little bit, and that cut their hitting percentage down. They were just bouncing balls out of the middle, and they passed it pretty well. I think they passed it well the entire match. I don't think we really got to them on serve where they were terribly out of system. So the middles were still getting swings, but we started blocking some of those points, and the balls, a lot of balls in the first set, they tipped and rolled, and we were giving free balls back to Luana where she's diving on the floor at the 10-foot line to get her hands on the ball, and that's just not good enough at this level. And I think that was a big thing. We cleaned up that first contact to where she's on her feet and was able to get Louisa and Margarita involved a lot. And once that happens, then everything starts opening up.
We talked a little bit about that one play right in the third set where you just came out of nowhere and just jacked it. When did you start feeling that you were in rhythm or playing at a different level today?
I just felt my jump that was really there. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna force my jump and just jump and swing above them. So I just use it.
Can you talk a little about that point, what we were talking about?
That point, I saw the ball high enough. I was looking at the net. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go. Like, it is what it is. I'm gonna just go. So.
And how exciting is it for you to get first postseason victory like this?
It's really nice, especially after the WAC tournament. It's like a booster of confidence and everything after the loss. But yeah, it's really nice.
Did you get a chance to see South Dakota at all earlier? What are your thoughts on them?
Yeah, we watched some of the match earlier. For me, really it's kind of funny. Plays similar to the Indy SU team or the Montana team that we played early on in the year. They're big, kind of physical at the net, and don't whack a lot of balls out of bounds. So I think that'll be key for us to dig some balls tomorrow and really stick to the game plan as far as blocking goes.
Like anything else, is it good to get that first win under your belt?
Yeah. I think it was important for us to get back on track, and it changed the mindset a little bit. And, really, Claudia said she started feeling it when her jump tonight, but I think she started feeling it about 10 days ago.
Yeah.
I don't think we're terribly shocked as a staff of her performance tonight because we could see it coming the last 10 days in practice.
Coach, I've got 3 questions on my end. The first one being you called a timeout very early 2-0. What kind of message did you relay to them that all of a sudden that switch that just turned on?
Do you want a coaching answer or the honest answer? We had a setter that had to go to the bathroom.
I thought she was. She came back, her hands were still wet.
Yeah. So Luana took off to the restroom. She had to go to the bathroom. So that's it.
Okay.
And I mean, it's like you're sitting there, and I mean the same thing happened to us at Utah Valley. She got hit in the eye, and we take an early timeout when we're up by a whole bunch, and then same thing. I remember looking over at Vinny when they scored 3, I think, to get to 19, or to get to, I think it was like 14-11, 14-12. They started clawing back in, and I kind of looked at Vinny. I was like, I only got 1 left again, and you start replaying things in your head like, did I do the right thing? But she's so key for us to be on the court. So do you take the timeout and keep it at 2-0, or do you not and dig yourself a 4-0 or 5-0 hole and probably end up taking a timeout anyway. So one of those game time decisions. And
they don't teach you that in coaching.
That one's not in coaching 101, what to do in that situation.
The second question I do have, every year you're playing Houston Christian. This year, for some odd reason, didn't calculate, but now it was like a match of destiny where you guys get to play them, and it was like, okay, like we meet again for like the, I don't know, 15th time here, and it's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's a team that we're familiar with. I mean, I don't know if we played them last year, but it's definitely a team that we've played a lot. And I mean, Trent and I have a good relationship. He does an excellent job with that program, and it's nice to have them in preseason. It's not a terrible travel. We go to their tournament sometimes. They've been to our tournament a couple times, and we know we're going to get a quality match. And they're a well-coached volleyball team. And if you don't pay attention to what you're doing, they score a lot of points in a hurry, and they don't make a lot of mistakes. And I think that was the story of the first set. 18 kills on 2 errors, and it was really us not paying attention to our assignments, and like they really take advantage of it. So I mean, for me, that's a well-coached team. If you don't do what you're supposed to, and all of a sudden their efficiency numbers go through the roof.
And lastly, just how does it feel to even be playing early on in the early days of December now?
Like I said, I think it's so important for our program, and you look across the court, and a lot of people on that court today that are going to be back again next year, and this is bonus time for them. And like I said, like the extra week for Claudia, I think has been key for her, like with the injury early on and having to sit the first 6 games, and just took her a while, and if we end on the WAC tournament note, does she get that extra 10 days? Does she make these big strides? And I mean, we're excited about tomorrow and what's beyond that, but then I feel like this gives her a lot of confidence into the spring and to work on the things that she needs to work on.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Who was texting me this?